Hello and welcome to the Argosy, where we are staying here in the CDL of Georgia parking lot. It's a wooded parking lot. It's actually perfect for campground. I don't know if you can see out there, it's raining today. And today is a day where we have been released from school early, because if we were to keep driving trucks around in the lot, it would be a big mud pit. This is our second week in the CDL school. The first week was all book learning. And we sat in a small room looking at a whiteboard with lots of words on it, and we went over all these rules of the road amongst long digressions about scandalous and salacious topics. It's true. This week we're backing up the truck in a straight line between cones. It sounds pretty easy. You just put the truck in reverse, you go straight back, try not to hit a cone. In reality, it's, the surface of the road is uneven because it's paved and it has some potholes in it, and it knocks a trailer off to one side or another, so you have to make corrections. And if you overcorrect, oh boy, it's just a giant mess you can never get out of.
So some students on their first try, they did very well. Some students
Morgan climbs in the truck in order to take her around driving on the straight back. There's a lot of parts to just getting the truck ready. Trailer brakes need to come off. Just finding out, is it in neutral? Let's see, let's get it in reverse gear. This is a very wobbly transmission, so it takes a while to find the clutch in there. And then, okay, so then we're backing up. And off we go. Morgan's going straight back, no problems. Checking one side, checking the other side. Making sure the cones are all lined up. It's tricky because if you think you're needing to go one way more, you have to steer in the opposite direction. And so things are going pretty well. Things are going pretty well on this side. And if you shift over, if we shift over to the other side, get in trouble on this side. Going to get kind of crowded. Yep, a little crowded over here. But then, a little bit of, going forward, going back, and there it is. Morgan got all the way to the back, in place. Now it's ready to go forward. And now here she is coming forward. When you drive forward, we're not putting any we're not accelerating at all. So it's just idling straight up. It's beautiful Georgia, February, rain and cold, not too cold. Thinking about, what are we thinking about? It's a lot to think about. Thinking about time, space, meaning. And now check this part out. Morgan is very excited. It's a real big success to get all the way back and forward if you know until later when you've done it repeatedly. But the first time you do it, it's really very exciting. Giant.
It was all by myself too.
That's right. That was the first time you were on your own.
Yes, other times I had instructors helping me and telling me when to turn the wheel and whatnot.
We have a class of about 10 souls, and this first guy in a red hat we don't know very well. He wasn't really in our class, but he's been driving with us. And this next guy is from the Army, and he's a very smart fellow, very quiet, very mature. Then this is Moonshine. We only know him as Moonshine. And this next fellow we don't really know much. And then here's Omar, an Omar physical therapist. And then there's Casey. There's a few others who aren't in this clip. And then there's our instructor, Nathan, who's really great, and Jamal.
I am very excited about what I just did because I did not have to pull up at all. I basically did it almost perfect. I just grazed a cone, but I hadn't realized it at that point.
So that's a taste of CDL school. Now I got one last piece of footage. This footage has another character in our class named Jamal, who is really fun and who is always up to a bunch of crazy stuff. And you'll see here in a moment. It's a lot to take in. It's not the best thing, but notice there's our instructor Nathan. He's walking towards the truck. He's shaking his head, thinking this is the dumbest thing in my life. And now here's all these people shouting, and they're shouting about nothing, absolutely nothing at all. And Jamal is just cheering it on, making a big hullabaloo.
I didn't get that treatment. Yeah, look, that's it.